What's going on, guys? Side Guy here, and today I'll be showing you the top 3 Logbait decks of 2023. Now, the first deck I'll be showing is the classic Logbait deck with a Hog Rider and the Goblin Barrel as the main tower damage. The next deck I have is a Dart Goblin with a Valkyrie replacing the Knight for more of a splash damage, and the third one is pretty much the first deck, however, you replace the Hog Rider with the Ice Spirit. So getting into our first battle against Let Out, I'm actually going to be going over an old replay that I used this deck on against a tourney standard level 11, so all of the cards were the same level, so it can show you very easily how these cards face against their own levels. But as you can see, I immediately started with a Princess at the bridge to put a lot of pressure on, and I was able to, with the same amount of elixir, defend the Dark Prince and the Ice Spirit. Now, unfortunately, I just used my Inferno Tower, so this Goblin Giant should be a problem, but luckily I logged that Fire Spirit, and the Prince was able to be distracted by all of those Goblin getting them. And good thing that that Firecracker activated my King Tower. That was huge. That's one reason I love the Inferno Tower, is a lot of people carry Firecracker, and the Inferno Tower, if you place it right there, it will activate your King Tower. Now, all I have to do with this deck and this guy is, since he has a tank, I have to try to keep pressure so he's not able to put down that tank and have a big build-up. Now, as you can see, a mistake, I should have, instead of building up elixir right here, should have placed a Princess at the bridge and really built it up, because now he's able to get this Goblin Giant down. But luckily, this deck's defense is very, very powerful, so I'm able to defend it and go right in with a Hog Rider and chip away at his tower a lot more. Now, I did rocket and get that Prince and Firecracker with the tower damage, so that was huge, which allowed me to take the entire tower. And now, all I have to do is sit back and defend against this guy. With 30 seconds left, this guy has almost no chance of coming back from this. And you can really see the deck's defense shine. As you can see, he placed a Goblin Giant at the bridge, and he got barely any damage, plus all of his other elixir. I can pretty much go for his other tower right now if I wanted to, but luckily time ran out, and he was not able to do anything against that. Now, this next replay is actually going to be a loss, but I think I showcased the deck's abilities pretty well, and I played it fairly decently. But I will be showing you how this worked and what went wrong during the loss. Now, this guy is pretty much the same as the last guy. It is a Golem push deck, and normally you can be quite alright with this with an Inferno Tower, but unfortunately he was able to break through. I'll show you exactly why. Now, this Golem was able to push through but not get almost anywhere because he didn't have anything behind the Golem. Now, pretty much, once I saw that Golem, I should know to keep pressure on, so that way he would not be able to place the Golem. Keep him at low elixir, around 5 or 6, so that way he's not able to place anything. But see, I had a Goblin Barrel in my hand, I unfortunately didn't place it, and he got cocky, placed the Golem down, and now I'm going to have to face whatever backlash he has. We have similar elixir after he places the Golem, which means he's up 8 elixir, which is going to be really tough for me to defend after the Golem pops, and the Dragon is unfortunately going to get quite a bit of damage on my tower. I did send the Valkyrie out. Right now, I'm still damaged. I'm still ahead on damage, but he's going to be able to keep sending that Golem, and just keep sending it because he has that Elixir Collector. Now, I should have tried to rocket the Elixir Collector or something, but unfortunately, he was able to get a ton of damage on my tower right here, and actually take it out, and I just did not have enough time to try to take his tower, because he was able to keep placing those Golems. But you could see that Dark Goblin worked really well against the air defense, and it is a very, very helpful deck. I think that deck is very good. Unfortunately, that one was a loss, but let's move on to the third battle. So this is that same deck with the Hog Rider, except that we switched out with an Ice Spirit for extra defense, and I will show you how clutch the Ice Spirit was in this scenario. Now, I again started with the Princess right at the bridge, which was able to get 3 free shots on the tower, which was huge because that is quite a bit of damage. And this Inferno Tower was able to take out the Mega Knight, luckily without it getting any damage on my tower. And then I was able to immediately push back with this Goblin Barrel. Now, you can see how nice that Ice Spirit was, because it was able to freeze the band and the tower to get quite a bit of damage on the tower. Now, unfortunately, he was able to send in those wall breakers for quite a bit of damage, but I was very easily able to tank that damage. It doesn't mean much, because although he does have damage on both of my towers, all that matters is that I get one tower of his down by the end of the game and save my tower. And again, with the Hog Rider being gone and the Ice Spirit there, this deck only excels in defense. And at this point, I'm hoping he doesn't have an evolved Firecracker. Honestly, I'm just hoping for that he doesn't, but I believe he does, because most everybody does at this moment in the match. But now I just got to put my Princess at the bridge and focus on getting that rocket down. Because once I get that rocket down on his tower, then I can officially only focus on defense, and it will be huge, because when this deck is focusing completely on defense, it is insanely difficult to beat, insanely difficult to go against, especially with the Ice Spirit. Now, luckily that Firecracker did activate my King Tower, even though my tower is put at low HP. This man only has 10 seconds, and I was able to kill his tower with a Goblin Barrel, saving 3 Elixir, showing the defense of this deck. I was able to keep him off my towers, and that finished the game. Anyways, make sure to subscribe and like the video for more Clash content. I'll see you guys next time.